Thursday, February 5th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Jacob Gramegna, behind the board, getting work to the bone this week. He's got to be on air here. He was doing a 5-hour show last night. I don't know if you guys caught this. I don't know if you've heard. Player prop extravaganza over on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. There was 30-plus props given. How many props exactly were given out? I think Rob gave out like 4 at the end.
No, he gave out one.
One?
I think it was...
Oh, no, that was when he was recapping.
I think it was 27 official bets.
27? Well, I gave out 3.
2 people no-showed.
Who?
One person is... it is publicly available knowledge that they no-showed. There's one person who was a mystery guest who no-showed.
Can you message me what happened there? I'm curious to hear. But yeah, I saw the no-shows. That happens. Good thing is that I was able to sneak my way on there. Shout out to you, Jacob. Thank you for sending me the link. Thank you for helping me hijack the stream. Thank you.
I was playing the part. I put in the chat like, oh my God, Jason took over the production software from me to make it seem like I wasn't involved, and you fucking throw me.
I threw you under the bus.
Live.
I'm sorry. I should not have done that. I should have thought that through. But yeah, I threw you under the bus. Listen, we're a team here. We're a team here. So I had to. If I go down, you have to come down the ship with me. Rob was pretty pissed after he messaged me saying, "Don't fucking do that again. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least let me know." But no, I think his like raw reaction live was better.
Yeah, he told me after. He's like, he said, if you guys want to do that, like, clue me in on it. So like we know, like I know what to expect or something, so we can like prepare better for this.
Yeah.
But didn't like the surprise being thrown his way.
Whatever. I think I cooked though. I gave out a minus 20,000. Gave out a side.
Well, those were not official bets.
And then I gave out my actual bet. For those who didn't watch, you should go watch.
0 people tailed the first 2. There's probably some people who tailed the. I don't know if it moved actually, but nobody tailed those first 2 bets.
I actually haven't even checked if it's moved, but I had some people reach out to me saying that like, "Wow, I was actually going to give out the same thing as you."
So they were going to give out Seahawks 4.5.
No, not that, not that. They were going to give
over
out
38.5 first downs.
Under.
Sorry.
Under. Yeah, under 38.5 first downs. Yeah. A lot of people like that. I'm going to go check if that moved, but. Give us the picks. Yeah, thanks. If you guys, you know what? Like I appreciate.
There was a show that had these picks available.
Yeah, you should check it out and like listen. Go there, like the video, watch, play, leave it playing in the background. Skip to the end. You can get all the picks at the end, but just leave it playing in the background. Give us that watch time bump. It actually helps us out a lot. You'd be surprised. Show us the onside kick ticket. Maybe I might have to bet. I thought that was a good bet. Maybe people
you didn't bet it.
No, I didn't bet that.
You gave it out and didn't bet
20 minus 20,000. What am I gonna do? Like, I have to bet like. Okay, fine. I'll bet it. I'll bet it after the show. I doubt it's gonna move anyways. Appreciate the chat because you guys were on fire. Like the Hammer Daily chat was like infiltrating the Forward Progress chat. A lot of hashtag Justice for Jay, which I appreciate. I saw that. I see you guys always. There's people who like me. There's people who don't like me. And if you're whichever side you're on, it's okay. But I appreciate the ones who like me and stick up for me. You guys are great. You guys are great. And yeah, it was a good show all around. It's a good show all around. I think it was a little weird, though, because 2 guys coming on the show today, Mr. Peanutbettor and Kirk Evans. By the way, I haven't even teased the lineup yet. Let's get that up on screen. Mr. Peanutbettor, Kirk Evans coming on today. We're going to talk NBA trades. Kirk Evans is going to come on and give some picks. And then we got Edgework Overtime. Alex So Money. Pretty simple stuff there. But yeah, Peanutbettor, Evans. They gave out the same, like they basically like consulted with the same person for their picks. It's like,
no, they didn't give out the same bet.
Oh, sorry. It was Flup and Kirk.
Yeah.
But Flup, Kirk, and Peanutbettor all consulted with the same person and didn't want to reveal who the person was. Guys, it's okay. You can just let the world know that it was me. It's fine.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. I just don't know why they're just being like coy about it.
So you gave them the plus 5,500s to give out on a fucking prop show?
No, listen, I didn't give it to them. They were asking, like, is this a good idea? Like, what do you think? I said, yeah, it's a great idea. I would actually bet that myself. So, yeah. It was
Kirk's was 550, but
yeah, I was gonna say Kirk's was JSN MVP.
Mike's was Holani.
Most rushing yards, which by the way was honestly like,
which I thought was strange until I saw Rashid Shaheed most rush yards from Judah.
I knew Judah was gonna drop some crazy Rashid Shaheed stuff just because that's his guy. That's his guy. Anyways, we got to get into the show today. Enough jibber jabbering, enough rambling here. If you want to check out the prop show, make sure you do that. Forward Progress YouTube channel. 5-hour-long player prop extravaganza. It's good stuff. Just check it out. Before we get into things, though, just got to give it a quick shout-out to our friends over at BetStamp. The biggest BetStamp Pro promo is back. And for the biggest betting weekend of the year, this is honestly a pretty crazy deal. Because BetStamp Pro, it normally sells to pro bettors for like thousands per month. But for a limited time only, you can try it for just 99 cents. I use BetStamp Pro during the day to see where lines are actually moving and which books are off market, especially when news hits and numbers move fast. Listen, we're going to get a lot of news today. Trade deadline. We might see some guys getting traded, guys not in the lineup, things of that nature. You're going to want to be able to react fast, and you're going to use BetStamp Pro to do that. This isn't built for casual betting. No. It's built for professional bettors. It's professional odds screen for bettors who want to find the right number quickly and get down at the best price. You'll get full coverage across the main markets and player props, including alternate lines with true market pricing built in. You'll also see major prediction markets and exchanges in the same view with a full order book data. Just hit the link in the description to get BetStamp Pro for 99 cents this weekend only. All right. Let's do this thing. Let's bring on our first guest of the day. Prediction market punter. Guy who now knows that Sam Darnold plays for the Seahawks. Mr. Peanutbettor, how's it going?
Total first downs in the game is a pretty wonky math-filled prop. Who did you get that from? I know your dumb ass isn't calculating anything like that.
I originated it myself with my brain. I'm not even kidding. That's yeah. Did you like it though? Was it a good prop?
I have no idea. I haven't done the numbers on it, but that's the type of prop that there would probably be a ton of value in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I feel like I did get a ton of value, and I feel like it's gonna be I feel like the fourth quarter is gonna hit. There's gonna be 25 first downs, and then it's just gonna go to overtime, and I'm just gonna lose, which will be a great fun one. But yeah, no, I think there we go. John Smith. I originated off vibes. That's exactly it. I just saw it. I'm like, that feels way too high. I just did some research on.
That makes more sense. Okay, I was gonna say I have no idea what the average number of first downs. You how much am I gonna reduce this for pace? And you're like, number seems high.
Yeah, well,
that I can believe.
No, well, I looked into how many first downs are average in the NFL, how many first downs each team averages during the season, during the playoffs, what they looked like, and the certain game states as well. I looked at if there was any outlier numbers. I looked at the games. I was like, okay, were they leading by a lot? Were they trailing? What happened here? And it just feels like the number's high. Also, intuitively, the way I thought about it is that both these coordinators like to force the run to kind of set up the deep pass, and they'll sacrifice early down, sacrifice yards, sacrifice getting first downs, willing to punt away to create explosives later in the game. So this is part of the theory behind it. Anyways, yeah. Who knows?
Seahawks too high shell didn't worry you that they're more of a keep everything in front defense?
Yeah, they are, but I'm just not a fan. I just don't think. I don't know.
It's a good prop. It's a good prop.
Thank you. Your prop was also pretty insane. I was like, you're a dumbass when you said it, but then I thought about it a little more. I looked at Helani's snap count last week, and I was like, okay, wait, there's legs here. Plus, Kenneth Walker might get hurt. You said he was 5'9", which is pretty tall, but. Yeah, no, it was good. Anyways, it's also a good sign when it moves right away, right as you say it. So that's good. Anyways, that was fun yesterday. Hope you had a good time. Hope you watched the whole show. Did you see my segment at the end?
No, I didn't. Whenever you come on, I usually click things off.
Oh. Well, I thought I did a good job. Anyways, let's get into things for today because there's a lot of moving parts. One thing I want to ask you about before we get into things, actually, we'll kind of ask you along the way if you've bet any futures based off of this news not the news, but just off of what's happened here. I'm seeing odds move on NBA Finals futures right now. I'm not sure if something just happened, but let's start with the Cavs acquiring James Harden. James Harden for Darius Garland, second round pick. I don't know. Clippers move off James Harden. Talk me through this. Is this an upgrade for the Cavs? Are they a better team now? Is this a head scratcher? I have some Cavs futures, so it's nice to see them get a player. But how much do you think this helps the Cavs?
Long term, I don't know if it's a great move as far as what Garland was kind of years beyond this. For this year, this season, if you have a Cavs future, my initial reaction was negative, but now I would probably pretty heavily say positive. Just in terms of it's going to raise their their floor so much. And Garland hasn't been able to stay healthy this year. This is probably a pretty clear sign that they didn't believe that he was going to be healthy the rest of the season, or he wasn't going to get up to speed when he has played. I'm not sure he's even been that helpful for the team. So Harden definitely raises their floor. Healthy Garland, I think, makes them better ceiling wise. But I think at this point it was pretty unlikely we were going to get that. So with the East being so easy, raising your floor is actually pretty meaningful. I think Harden helps them. On offense, he gives them somebody to be a playmaker, and on defense, I actually think he's probably an upgrade over what Garland was, especially they switch so much, and he's a much better switch candidate than Garland. So I think that this is definitely an upgrade for them. maybe lowers their ceiling a touch. But if you have a futures ticket for him, this is a good thing.
Did you expect the Clippers to be sort of, I don't want to call them sellers, but let's say like soft sell? And I know this is only really the only trade that they made. Did you expect them to soft sell here?
No, I didn't. I think that kind of Harden forced their hand on this. He wasn't very happy with his contract situation. He was going to one out, and James Harden, when he wants to get out, he finds a way to get out. It seems pretty much over the years. So he kind of forced our hand on this. It looks like they might, they're entertaining offers on Zubac. Okay. I'm kind of surprised that they aren't going to trade Kawhi at this point, or at least entertain offers for it. Like, I don't understand. His most valuable year is probably this season. So I would probably be listening harder. Maybe they are, and I don't know about it. Maybe the market's not as good. Maybe the NBA is saying, hey, don't trade him with the shit that's going on off the court. But I didn't expect a soft sell, but now I'm kind of surprised they aren't going harder into it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Zubac, and I wasn't really going to ask about Leonard, but maybe Leonard could be an option. If Zubac were to get traded, where do you think the best spot would be for him to land? Like which team would sort of need him the most, give the most for him? Where's a good spot for him?
The Celtics would have been the ideal spot. Pretty clear, obviously, with Vucevic. That's not happening. Latest thing I read said the Pacers were interested in him. That would be a deal, not for this season, but next season, obviously. I think he's a really good player. I think that there are a ton of teams. If you need a center, he is a pretty easy fit in the fact that he scores in multiple ways. He scores kind of in ways that aren't taking a ton off the table for your other players. He's a great fit defensively. I think that he's probably one of the more underrated centers when you're just talking casual fan interest. So I think the asking price is going to be a lot higher than what people think, and I would expect him not to get moved. But if he does, I think that it's probably a pretty decent game changer.
All right, let's move over and talk like a team that's sort of in the basement. The Utah Jazz made a kind of like really big trade, trading 3 future firsts for Jaren Jackson Jr. We kind of pegged the Grizzlies as sellers. Didn't really expect the Jazz to be buyers. They also, I guess this wasn't really a buy for them. They got Lonzo Ball, but I read that they're just going to waive him. So that trade kind of really means nothing. They got some second-round picks back. But what did you make of this? The Jazz like being sort of almost in the basement and trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. to like upgrade their defense. Does this like make sense to you?
I'm kind of going against the grain here for most other people that I respect on their opinion. I think it's a good deal. I think Jaren can play pretty well with Laurie. The Jazz are going to be semi-competitive as soon as next year. They clearly are doing everything they can to make them shitty this year, and they just can't get there as far as being really a bottom dweller. And I would expect them to absolutely tank their ass off next rest of this season and then try to be as good as next season. Keontae George seems ready to go. Lauri Markkanen is clearly already pretty good. They have, they're hoping to add a top pick to the mix. They, to me, thought that they were not going to be bad any longer. It was too much of an effort. So if you aren't going to be bad, you lose a lot of the opportunity costs that you get with trading for Jaren. I don't think that the asset price they gave up was very high, considering his contract and level of player he is. So I'm a fan of the move, but basically everybody else that I respect is not. So that means I'm probably wrong in this instance.
All right. Clippers looking to move Zubac like we just talked about. They moved on from Harden. Utah, although they traded for Jaren Jackson Jr., you said they probably want to tank this year. You think the market's going to be like a little bit delayed to them sort of being, I guess, in tank mode?
Game to game, maybe not, because you'll see the injury report and you'll be able to see, who's missing. They're going to be another team that Jazz also do this thing where they make a total mockery of the report where they have Nurkic available, but then he plays 0 minutes, and they have Lauri Markkanen, the only 26-year-old who's been out for a month with a flu, and they're going to be someone who the variance is going to be crazy game to game. To me, it seems pretty clear that the bad teams, they seem to rest everybody, and the good teams, they seem to be with letting them play. So I think game to game might not be some. I would look in the futures market, make sure to price shop. There's going to be places, if you can find under, I think that you're going to find varying prices around at different books, a lot of lag probably.
Yeah, for like win totals you're talking about here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Like Clippers win total right now at FanDuel is 39.5, juice towards the over -120. The under is -102. And for the Grizzlies, just going to pull them up here in a sec, 29.5, -102. Or sorry, not the Grizzlies. We went on the Jazz. My bad. The Jazz, 24.5 plus 104 towards the under. Maybe look towards those. And I didn't shop around, so maybe you shop around so you can get a better price than that. Let's talk about the Golden State Warriors, who made a couple moves, and you wanted to talk about them, I believe. You told me that the Warriors are overrated. It's pretty interesting. They made a move moving out Tracy Jackson-Davis to our Toronto Raptors. They acquired Kristaps Porzingis, moved on from Jonathan Kuminga, moved on from Buddy Hield. How do you react to these moves? Is this like sort of a signal for maybe something bigger coming? Maybe this is like the rumblings of Giannis. Like, what's your opinion of these trades here?
I wasn't saying that the Warriors were overrated, to be clear. I was saying I thought the deal was overrated.
Okay.
Kristaps Porzingis at this point is a theoretical player. The guy never plays. I don't know what kind of – he's very good when he does play on the court, but it's been how long since he's made a consistent impact for a team? I guess the season in Boston when they won the title, he made an impact during the regular season. But I think that at this point, the idea of him is much better than what he is when he because he just takes so many resources away and just isn't able to be on the court consistently. Giving up Tracy Jackson-Davis, as you referred to him, I think is probably just a cost-cutting move around the side. It was interesting to me that even with Jimmy's injury, the Warriors seem to be going for it. It seems like Giannis is going to be traded in the offseason. I don't see that deal happening. And they just don't have the guys to do it. I don't know what kind of – they're just kind of playing out the string. I think admirably with Steph, you don't want to just give up when you have the franchise's best player of all time, greatest player, one of the all-time greats. You don't want to see him go out on a sad team. So they're giving it an honest try, but they're not like a serious threat in any sort of fashion to, even win 2 series in the West.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at Sham's Twitter feed right now. He's saying that over the last week, the Bucks have been focused on the incoming calls for Giannis and canvassing the NBA for smaller salary trades. Seems like they're going to be focused on the latter more than the former. So I think you're right here. Maybe Giannis not getting traded at all, which sucks because, it's always fun to see a guy like that traded. If he's going to sit out all year, then it's boring. That's boring. Another trade I wanted to bring up with you was the Pistons. Pistons acquired Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric and a first-round pick. And then they gave Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley. Wait, why did I pronounce those names wrong? You're chuckling a bit there.
It's Herter. Anyone that I know at least just refers to him as Herter.
This is the Huterus, as longtime listeners of the show know him as. Anyways, gave up those two, acquired those two guys for Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley. Jaden Ivey never really seemed to be a fit there. What did you make of that trade? Does that upgrade the Pistons at all for you? They're right now sitting first in the East. Is that a little bit of a bump here for you, or kind of a nothing really moves for you?
Kevin Huerter's just a redheaded Duncan Robinson. I don't think that they're really much different in terms of, he's a little bit better defensively. It's not exactly the same, but I don't think that any of these trades are really having a significant impact on the Pistons. And it's I've kind of had hope for Jaden Ivey, maybe despite how he's played on the court, but they clearly are just kind of moving on there. I don't think that this is having any impact on the Pistons kind of title run whatsoever.
Okay. All right. That's about it. Any futures that you saw, any deals that you saw and then instantly went to bet some futures here? Is that, I know we talked about the regular season win total unders, but maybe, Cavs clicking them to win the conference or Pistons clicking them to win the conference after these deals. Anything you've clicked so far or no?
I've taken the Clippers to miss the playoffs at minus 115 is what I got it at. I don't know what the current odds are, but I think that people are kind of underrating how much James Harden has carried them offensively this season. And they really don't have a ton of guys, and Kawhi is obviously not very reliable. So that's probably the one kind of future that I would be looking at.
What number did you say you got?
Minus 115.
It's minus 192 right now. So there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff there. Good stuff there, Mr. Peanutbettor. And I guess that's the best way to react to this stuff. If you have a fringe team that's in the mix on the playoffs and they start to sell, maybe you look to them to miss the playoffs. And I guess vice versa. If you see a team buy, maybe you click on them to make the playoffs. I don't know. Trying to give you guys that useful information. Any final thoughts before you head out here, Mr. Peanutbettor? We're seeing a lot of stuff move, a lot of different pieces going in and out. But is this still the Oklahoma City Thunder's title to win?
Yes, I think that their odds are probably going to drop over the next 2 weeks as they lose some games, even though I mean, it should be expected they lose these games with Shea. I think you'll see their odds drop. So maybe now is not the right buy point. And that's something that usually I'm not focusing on a ton, is kind of buy points, all that stuff. But I think that OKC is still the team that everybody thought they were. They've just been injured so far as of late. So I just got to keep believing there.
I believe. I also want to give you a pat on the back one more time. Do this every time you come on the show. Victor Wembanyama right now, odds-on favorite to win the Defensive Player of the Year at -125. Good stuff there. Because it was you that gave that out, right? Plus 900, plus 700, I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on it trumpeting his odds, so I'm sure if somebody gave it out, it was definitely me, not Kirk.
All right, yeah, it's definitely you. You're tuning his horn. All right. Anyways, I'll stop tuning your horn. Let you go. Finally, anything on the whiteboard you had to clear off? I noticed you were blocking the whiteboard yesterday on the prop show.
It's honestly just a bunch of stuff that I actually have done and haven't erased. So.
Okay. Maybe erase the whiteboard on there.
Yep, that will be the next thing. I'll write that down next.
Awesome. All right. Appreciate you, Mr. Peanutbettor. We'll talk soon.
See ya.
Awesome stuff there from Mr. Peanutbettor. You can catch him on today's Thursday. You can catch him on Circle Back tomorrow.
You can.
Not recorded yet, so I can't ask you what's going to be on there. But you're going to want to listen to it. I'm sure it's going to be great. All right. We got our next guest, Kirk Evans, good friend of the show. Before we bring on Kirk, though, got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel, because we love FanDuel here. Maybe the last call for football, but you still have a chance to hit the jackpot during Super Bowl 60 on FanDuel, because with FanDuel's $6 million touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $6 million in bonus bets. All you have to do is opt in and place an anytime touchdown score bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or the last touchdown, you will win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Doesn't matter if you're watching your favorite team or rooting against your rivals. FanDuel is giving everyone something to cheer for during Super Bowl 60. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward progress to get in on the action. That's FanDuel.com/forward progress for a chance to win a share of $6 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas and affiliation Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets to expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y in New York. For LA, call 1-877-770-7867. All right.
Give us a bet for that promo right
Okay,
now.
I was thinking about it. AJ Barner or George Halani, because we're looking at first or last. What we need for AJ Barner to score touchdowns, Seattle needs to get to the 1 yard line. We need a tush push touchdown, and I'm trying to go for guys who are not going to be like high, like popular picks. I think both those guys are probably not that popular. George Halani probably.
AJ Barner, I don't know.
You don't like
tight
that
end one? I mean, in terms of popularity.
I guess, yeah, you're right. I forgot he can also catch a touchdown, which is pretty dumb of me. I guess let's go with George Halani then. Why not? No. Yeah. I mean, or you know what? Let's
he got red zone snaps last week.
Let's pluck
2 weeks ago.
Let's pluck from the show previously. Elijah Arroyo, backup tight end, hasn't seen the field or was injured last week. I mean, we gotta wait. Like, I wouldn't bet it right now. We gotta wait for him to play. But like, make sure he's ruled in. But yeah. Anyways, also I can't even believe I didn't even mention this. Nick Amenawari, probably pronounced his name wrong. I never say it out loud. I was just reading in my head. Ankle injury. That might be really bad for the Seahawks. We'll see. We will see. Guess what? We're going to talk with Jack Miller about it tomorrow. It's going to be good stuff. Anyways, let's bring him on. Friend of the show. He's a basketball originator. You've seen him on Circle Back every Monday. Well, most Mondays when I'm not filling in for him. Former frat boy, Kirk Evans. How's it going, my friend?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. You don't like when I call you frat boy?
No, I think it's funny.
Like, you were in a frat, though, right?
I was, yeah.
So you are a frat boy by definition, or a former frat boy.
Former frat boy. No, I would say it's a pretty objectively true statement.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. I never want to lie on your name. Never want to do that. So as long as it's true, I'm happy. Do you ever go back to the school of choice and visit your old frat mates?
No, I'm like 30.
No, we're the same age, bro.
Yeah, we're both about to be 30. I'm not going. You go to university and party with
You don't go to party. Like I was thinking about going to visit the town that I went to school in and just say hello to, like, I don't know, people who used to live in my house, that kind of stuff. No, you don't do that?
Sure. Yeah, no. Go party with
I'm not.
18-year-olds.
All right, that
seems normal.
That's a crazy turn. That's blasphemy. I come on here saying I don't want to lie on your name, and then you choose to do that exact thing to me. Crazy.
No lies.
Well, all right. Let's get into things for today. Let's do the props first. Let's get those out of the way, and then we'll talk some trade deadline stuff. You can interrupt me at any point if there's a big trade made, because I know you have Shams notifications on in the background. I'm sure you have Twitter open in the background. You're going to be reacting to stuff live. I'll give you permission to interrupt me. This is the only time you ever get permission to interrupt.
I think we're mostly done with trades.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't anticipate anything. I guess Ja could be moved, but I don't think there's much more coming.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get into the first pick then. We're going to head over to the Utah Jazz and the Atlanta Hawks game. We're going to head over to points. And we are going to go Bryce Sensabaugh. Never said
we're
axing that.
We flopped it.
Oh, my bad. We're not doing that. Cancel.
Our first cancel ever on the show.
Yes. Yeah. We're doing the setup and cancel method. It's just to make sure, people pay attention and don't try and front run us here. All right. Same game. Same market, points. We're going to go Isaiah.
Yeah, it's a very similar play.
All right. Isaiah Collier. We're going under 15.5 points, minus 114. Talk us through this one.
Yeah. So last game, the Jazz put on what could only be described as a mega tank fest. Collier played legitimately 48 minutes. He played every single minute of the game. They actually won, funnily enough, but I just don't anticipate the Jazz being willing to be that extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's months left of the season. I just can't. So pretty much they had 8 players active, and they just did it. They just DNP'd Nurkic because he has an illness that has been an illness for like months now. I just don't anticipate that they're going to be this egregious, especially they're far bigger. They were actually favorites in that game because Indiana was also tanking hard. Look, the Jazz will still be tanking hard, but I think this is a much easier game to lose. I think they'll be much more comfortable playing real guys. So I don't think, not that Isaiah Collier is not a real guy for them. Like, he's totally a fine player. But even after the game, they mentioned that they don't think that this is a reasonable thing for Collier to keep doing. So 15.5 points is like 4 points higher than he's been lined for the rest of the season. Keontae George is out. They did just make a trade, so they really shallow at guard, don't get me wrong. But, if he's playing a normal 32 minutes, 33 minutes, he's nowhere close to a 15.5 point player. So I just can't get quite this high. I think they're going to play a bit more of a normal rotation and go a bit deeper into the bench.
All right. Makes perfect sense there. Let's move on to the next pick, because I see Huckleberry Finn in the chat saying, I gotta get off lunch. Gotta get these picks in. I got you, Huckleberry Finn. We're going to head over to the Washington Wizards and the Detroit Pistons game. Points, rebounds, and assist market. We're going to scroll all the way down. Click show more. We're going to go Alex Sarr. Over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists at minus 122. Talk us through it. Give it to me.
That's a go.
That's a go.
Yeah, so this is just a really low line for Sarr, especially after they just traded Middleton and Marvin Bagley. Sarr was kind of limited minutes-wise. He was questionable for 2 straight on a back-to-back with an illness. So I think they did limit his minutes. And then they lost by 30 to the Knicks. So he only actually played 24 there. I anticipate they'll get him back to pretty normal minutes, assuming it's not like a massive blowout, which it easily could be. It's a 14.5 point spread, but I think his minutes have just been really low for like 4 straight games. All kind of, it was like limit. Then they really wanted to lose to Sacramento, so they actually just kind of didn't play anyone, and then they lost so much to the Knicks that he didn't play for like most of the second half. So I think all those, it's kind of being interpreted as like a pattern of, they're really reducing his minutes, but actually those 4 games just kind of happened to happen like in a row, but they were actually all for different minutes. He played like 37 minutes the games before that. So I don't think he'll be up to 37, but I have no reason to think he'll be in like the 25-minute range. And this is just too low. It's a tough matchup, but I just don't think you can have him at 25.5 PRA without Middleton, who's, one of their top offensive guys. The team is like, they have no players at this point. So Sarr's usage should go up. They have no real backup center. So yeah, I just think that, again, it's mostly a minutes play of they're anticipating Sarr's minutes being down, but I just don't really think that that's the case.
All right, minutes play. You could also, I was going to say something else, but no, never mind. That's wrong.
Okay. RJ Barrett was just ruled out.
Do you think he's getting traded, or you have a play for us?
No, I think that is certainly a sign. I want to just check the report.
Well, he's been injured, and it's a second night back-to-back. Not saying it's nothing, but
oh yeah. Sorry, that is the Raptors report. You're right. No. We had gotten the Raptors report already. He was it.
Still, I'm saying definitely smoke there, but like it's possible it's just injury management.
What is the tag? Yeah, injury management.
But
could be.
It's a bit sketchy.
Could say there is. I'm giving you the pathway to it being nothing as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying he's for sure being traded. I would guess that this is trade related. Which, talking about it, holy fuck, Jacob, close your ears because I know you love the Raptors. Blah blah blah. What is this? Why would we trade? We're trading a better player who is younger and cheaper for a shittier player who's more expensive. Why are we doing this?
Sabonis?
Yes.
Well, if it is Sabonis.
Who else could it be at this point? Everyone else is traded.
Well, the Sabonis, the only thing that makes sense about the Sabonis deal is if it gets rid of the Pirtle contract, which is obviously aged horrifically. I do believe Sabonis is not necessarily an upgrade to RJ Barrett.
Yeah, the RJ Barrett thing's so weird to me. It's like he's being so good this year, and all like the like kind of obvious things that a team would actually value too much seems to be not being taken into account. Like whenever RJ Barrett's out, we lose, and whenever RJ Barrett's in, we win.
That trend is diminished a little bit, but he is good. Yes,
he's been like maybe the Raptors' second best player.
No,
I'm always back and forth.
All right. Barnes and Ingram have been the top 2 players. He's been
Ingram's just so overrated. Barnes is great.
Yeah.
And Colin Murray Boyles.
That's your guy.
Man. Okay. I love Colin Murray Boyles. An absolute stud. Okay, do we want to talk some trades?
Yeah. I don't know. You heard Peanutbettor. If there's anything you disagree with, make fun of him now. If not, I guess we can talk the other Raptors trade, Chris Paul, if that is even anything.
That wasn't a trade. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about those the 3 big ones. So the Cleveland trade, I think that people are like wildly underrating how much better Cleveland got this year. I actually kind of think the market got it right, which is funny. Like the market steamed Cleveland to the favorite, and I think Cleveland is way better with this trade. I think it's a massive upgrade defensively, which is funny because James Harden's obviously been completely eviscerated for his defense over the years. but I actually think he's become a much better defensive player. But even more than him changing his defense, I think the league has actually shifted a lot. So Harden always has been a good like post defender. He's incredibly strong and big. And the kind of meta in the NBA right now is guards just like going right through smaller guards to score and get fouled.
Mm-hmm.
And Garland is tiny and really struggled with that, especially in the playoffs when you can get kind of picked on. I think that was a really big problem for them. Harden, on the other hand, is just really big and strong. He obviously doesn't move his feet very well, and he won't really fight hard through screens. But Cleveland's a super switch-heavy team, and they do it really well. They have Mobley and Jared Allen. So I think it's a massive upgrade for them defensively. They go from having kind of two small guards to actually having some really big lineups with Harden, Mitchell, and like Tyson's really come on. He's a good player. And then their two bigs. It probably allows them to play one big even more, which they've really tried to lean into this year. Mobley obviously needs to be healthy and better. But yeah, I think Cleveland, they were also coming along even before the Harden trade. So yeah, I think I obviously have them really big to win the East, and I'm pretty pumped about this. And I think Cleveland thinks they're getting LeBron in the offseason. And I think if that is the case and they have a really good shot of getting LeBron for super cheap, and this makes it more likely, it also makes sense because then, yeah, you kind of have a 2, maybe 3-year window of like old Harden and LeBron with this young cast, and you'll be really good. So yeah, I'm way higher on the trade than consensus. I think it makes them way better for this year. Also, on a trade like this, Cleveland obviously has the best idea of how healthy Darius Garland is.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're willing to trade him, it's not a great sign, at least for his immediate, like the immediate future of his health. So yeah, I'm obviously pumped about the trade because I'm not a Cleveland fan. I just have money on them for this year, but I also do think it's a totally reasonable trade.
Okay, let's flip over. I want to talk the Mavs trading Anthony Davis. At the time, talking with Jacob about this today, you could have said that the Doncic trade was like the worst maybe in NBA history, but now after we're a year removed from it, they've moved on from Anthony Davis for what was an underwhelming return. Is it safe to say that this is the worst trade in sports history?
Like, I think how you evaluate a trade, it depends on how you evaluate a trade.
Yeah.
So like, if you evaluate a trade for pure oh god,
You're good. You're good. I don't know if you can.
Sorry,
still
my
hear us.
mic just disconnected. Give me a second.
We can still hear you. I don't know if you can hear us, but we can still hear you.
Back here.
Yeah,
back?
you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
You
I
never
got you.
left.
Sorry, I just my
You never left. You were
beautiful.
good.
So I think there are 3 kind of key ways that you can evaluate a trade differently. So I think one way people evaluate trades that's really silly is, like let's say the Kawhi OKC trade. Now people look back and will say that the
Paul George.
that trade was so horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the Paul George for like Shea and a billion pick. And like, to be fair, at the time that trade was pretty debatable. They had to give up a lot, but they were getting Kawhi. But like now people look back and are like, oh, Shea is an MVP. So they kind of evaluate the trade based on Shea being an MVP. But even, I think you can criticize it. You can shift your view on the trade some. Like, obviously, the Clippers have Shea. They should have a decent evaluation on him. But realistically, at the time of the trade, Shea was maybe a 1%, probably even less, to become an MVP player. So I think like looking at a trade in retrospect like that is actually a pretty unfair way to look at a trade. Then I think the second way I kind of look at trades is like just what you would call like percentage value. So if I traded a first round pick and got nothing in return, like actually just traded a first round pick because I was colluding, like obviously that trade is as bad as it can possibly be because you're losing 100% value. You're getting 0 value and you're only giving out value. So, but Then the third way would be absolute value. So like instead of looking at that as a percentage, looking at it as how much value you lost and how much value you got. And I think that third prism is the right way to look at the Luka trade, and it probably does make them make it the probably worst trade in basketball history or sports history, because one, at the time of the trade, you can see how incredibly dumb it was and how bad it was for value. But like, I would rather, like, obviously it wasn't a negative 100% value trade if you're looking at it through like percent got for, they did get something back, but I think I would rather have a trade that's way, way worse and way dumber, but less catastrophic than trading Luka Doncic, which was an incredibly dumb trade, but also just how much value they lost in absolute terms was so great that it probably does make it the worst trade in NBA history, even if maybe there's been dumber trades in terms of like percentage value gained and lost. In terms of absolute value, it's probably right up there, and like you just can't really fuck up trading Luka Doncic. So yeah, it's certainly one of the worst trades. Like I think a good example is like the New Orleans Atlanta trade for those picks. That trade was maybe worse in terms of like percentage value lost and returned, but obviously it's just less consequential. So the Luka trade is worse.
Yeah, because like also with the Luka trade, you have like a guy who is almost like unquantified, like not unquantifiably good, but like you'll never, like how many times in the next decade, 2 decades, next 100 years is a guy like Luka Doncic going to be available? He's like a 1% of the 1% of players in the NBA, and you moved on from him for essentially not nothing, but guys who just aren't even close to him. So.
At this point, it's nearly nothing. But in terms of the, sorry to go on such a big
you're good.
Trade dynamics, but in terms of this specific trade, I think this trade was good for Dallas and really bad for Washington.
Okay.
I can see why Washington decided to do it, because they've just been so bad for so long, and it's not really, they don't really have hope on the horizon. But when you're in that spot, you just kind of have to suck it up and say, you know, we haven't really hit on these picks, but we have to, like, we can't course correct. We're doing the right thing. Sometimes you do the right thing and it doesn't work that well, and you just have to prolong it. And it's shit, but the alternative of having Anthony Davis and Trae Young and being a 7 seed and not really having any prospects. And then I think what just doesn't get talked about nearly enough in these trades is by far the most valuable asset, like the first overall pick, let's say, or a top 5 pick. You could trade a top 5 pick for 4 future firsts that are okay to shitty very easily. Like Cooper Flag this year would have went for like 9 first-round picks. By far the most valuable asset teams have is their own first-round pick, because they can tank their asses off and make sure it's good. When you have another team's pick, they won't tank because you have their pick. So yeah, maybe you can get really lucky and they can be bad, but having control over your own pick and making sure it's bad is by far the most valuable asset these bad teams have. So Washington punting on that is just such a bad decision. And that's why I like this trade for Dallas. You know, it was obviously very much money related, to be fair, but they're swallowing their pride, realizing that they have Cooper Flag, and I'm sure that makes it a lot easier as well.
Of course.
But they have Cooper Flag. That's the future. There's no reason to pretend like this has worked. Get off Davis. Try to be as bad as possible this year. Maybe even be as bad as possible next year. Get off Kyrie and just build a Cooper Flag-led team, rather than try pretending that this trade was anything other than absolutely horrible. And this trade being the Luka trade.
Well, it's also easier for them to move on because, you know, they weren't the guys who made that trade, like the current management.
Exactly.
So it's like,
but
like,
ownership,
of course,
it's very embarrassing.
Yeah, 100%. But they already fucked up in letting, like, you can't even let that trade happen to begin with, but they did. Anyways, last thing I wanted to ask you about was the OKC. They made 2 trades, but like, I want to focus in on Jared McCain because, like, I watched him in college. I thought he was a really good player. I know he was hurt last year. He was like, I don't know if he was front runner for offensive rookie of the year before he got hurt, but he was like in the conversation. He was a pretty good rookie.
Just rookie of the year, by the way. There's only one.
What do you mean?
You said offensive rookie of the
Sorry,
year.
rookie of the year. Yeah. Sorry, rookie of the year. Football on my mind. Still, which is crazy. But just what's your opinion on this trade? They only gave up a first, 3 second-round picks. They still have OKC still has a ton of picks left in the tank. Like, good trade, bad trade, helps them out a ton this year, will help them out a lot in the future, or just no opinion.
Yeah, I think OKC is just like has such an embarrassment of riches that like they can take shot. Like clearly they just have a high evaluation on Jared McCain, and we're like, yeah, sure, we can get him in a trade. Let's take a shot. He's not even going to be in their playoff rotation unless they have injuries. That would be very surprising to me. But yeah, why fucking not? If you're OKC, if you have a high evaluation, like maybe they're a little high on their own supply of evaluating players, but they should be. They've been better at evaluating players than anyone else in the league. So take those shots. They have unlimited picks. The picks are essentially worthless to them because they can't. They have too many good players. So yeah, and then for Philly, I don't know. It feels like I think McCain got really overrated last year because he scored a lot as a rookie. He was a solid rookie, nothing special. But the rookie class was so bad, so he's favorite for rookie of the year. Yeah. And then has now gotten a little underrated because he's having quite a bad year off an injury, and I think he maybe has some lingering injury. It's weird because his injury was a hand injury. I think he maybe actually had a knee injury as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Philly's in the position to be trading off of like young potential talent. So yeah, I think I favor this deal for OKC, but I don't think it's like egregious in either direction.
All right, rapid fire. I have to get you out of here right now because I know Alex in the background getting mad at me, but he didn't book me for the prop show, so that's his fault, and I'm going to make him wait and sit for a little bit longer. What do you think is the fair price for Hornets to make the playoffs? I believe right now the Hornets are like plus 140 to make the playoffs. Is that a click for you? No click? What are your thoughts?
So I have some of the absolute sexiest Hornets.
We talked about
bets. Yeah, I don't know if that's good. Plus 140. I would need to check my numbers, but I'm about as big of a Hornets fan as it gets. Yeah, it would be. It's been a really if they can win today, this would just be a massive win because it's a tough game. They're in Houston. They would have banked the Spurs and Houston win, which was like already a really tough part of their schedule. So yeah, this would be a really sick one.
All right. Hopefully you listen to the show in December because I think it was either you, might have been both you and Drew, but we talked about them when they were like 25-1 to make the playoffs. So yeah, hopefully you were watching the show back then and you got some prices like you have right now. Can you give your take on who wins the Southeast Division?
That's the Hornets division, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Hornets are going to win.
They're 11-1 right now. Okay. That's probably a better price than them making the playoffs. Finally.
I don't know if that price is actually good.
Okay, shop around.
I don't like. No, I'm not betting it now. I'm just cheering for it. I actually really don't like giving. Like that's why I gave the JSN plus 550 yesterday. I know you guys were chirping me a little bit for giving out a plus 550. Like I genuinely will not give out anything that I don't in my heart believe is plus EV. Look, sometimes it might be plus EV like 0.5%. Yeah. But like I will not give out a play on this show or on any show that I don't think is good. And I just have not bet. If it wasn't that play, I would have had nothing else I truly believed in. That was available on FanDuel. I have bet a couple other things. So yeah, I do think the JSN's plus EV, and I'm not sure if I think that Charlotte division bet probably isn't good, honestly. Okay. But I am cheering for it.
All right. 2 more questions. Did you like the pick that I gave out? Did you watch my segment yesterday on the prop show?
I heard about it. I was watching the show, but I didn't get to.
This guy didn't watch the show. This guy's under 30.
No, I watched I watched in the car afterwards. Okay. And I'm like 2/3 of the way down.
Okay. Under 38.5 first downs minus 113. If you gun to your head, did you like that?
No.
No? Okay. All right. 1 for 1. Last question.
Can I give my reason why gun to my head?
Yeah.
Because if I had an actual gun to my head and I had to trust that you originated a plus EV play, that beats the vig, I probably would bet no.
Okay, all right, that's a fair answer. Last
And that's me being honest.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure.
I know, no, it's fine. That's fine. You don't think I can mentally originate a play that's plus EV? That's kind of offensive, but that's all right. Last question here before you head out. Did you go to LSE?
I don't know what that is.
London School of Economics? Someone asked. I don't know why.
No.
Okay, all right. I don't know. Anyways, whoever asked that.
But maybe when we were talking about university, I said London. London.
Okay,
yeah,
yes. Yeah. All right. Anyways, Kirk, appreciate you joining the show. Rooting for JSN.
Later, guys.
Yeah, all the best. We'll chat soon.
Absolutely.
Can catch Kirk on Monday on the Circle Back on the Circles Off YouTube channel. Yeah, good stuff there from Kirk.
Speaking of Circles Off channel, there's a video coming out.
Oh, video coming out right after here. Well, hopefully you stick around here for a little bit longer. I see Alex in the background just ready to strangle me because I'm making him wait a little longer. But hey, I asked him to book me. He didn't book me. So how can you expect me to, get him on time if he's not going to book me here? It's a give and take. There's also only 7 games in the NHL today. So a little bit of a lighter slate than what we're used to, the 10-9 games that we normally would get. Did I miss an ad read? No, didn't miss an ad read. Circles Off video, excuse me.
Yeah, can I just
talk to me
real quick? Sorry. It's a Life of a Capper video. I asked the pro bettors I interviewed, so we talked about bad beats. We talked about their worst losses. So some of them are going to be their worst financial losses. 3 of the guests actually give specific numbers for it. And then they talk about their worst bad beats. Even China
really
has a couple bad beats that he talks about.
I remember I was in the room when you were recording with Judah about his bad beat. He's told me about it before. That was
two horrific ones.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is like
ones I could not recover from.
Yeah, if you hear that and you don't think bad beats exist, go get your head checked because that is without a doubt a bad beat. Anyways. We also have good beats, but
now it's time.
No, less interesting. Good beats are less interesting. Now it's time. We got the Edric crew. We're gonna switch over Edric over time. We got Alex Moretto. So many, come on. So many. I have to apologize to you for making you wait. Bring him on up here. So many. I'm sorry. Had to get my revenge on Alex.
Yeah, I know that you wanted to get back at Alex, but I don't understand why I was the collateral damage here, though.
I don't know, and it's also almost doubly worse for you because you and Alex have a head-to-head. Right? I believe it's Kings to make the playoffs. Is that the
Kings suck.
But they just traded for Panarin.
Still suck.
What are we talking about? That was, by the way, tidy work there from the Kings. Giving up basically nothing, getting him half retained, and then extending him to not a crazy 2 years, $11 million. That's a pretty fair contract for what is he, 34 now? For a guy who, is getting up there in age, but he still can provide a ton of value on the ice. So Money, your reaction is Kings still suck?
Yeah, Kings still suck, but I mean, they did a good thing here, so I'll give them credit for that. However, that being said, Panarin screwed the Rangers too, right? Like, I mean, they really didn't have any choice here. Although Drury's an idiot, right? Mm-hmm. Like I mean, you got to see this coming and try to get ahead of this as best you can. It's similar to the Canucks trading Quinn Hughes when they did. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be here.
Yeah,
he's got places where he can go that he can control the narrative where he's going to end up. So I don't understand why you waited until now to flip him, right? So even though Panarin screwed them, I think that it's just common sense and like just really management 101, how you don't get ahead of these things.
Yeah, no, it's very true. And like, honestly, like maybe this is me being stubborn. Maybe if I was a GM, it would cost me my job. I wouldn't have even traded Panarin if this was the return I got. I would have told him to go GFU, go fuck yourself. Like I'm not getting this fleeced. It's like you got to give.
You're getting nothing.
Yeah. Well, you're getting a third and a fourth. Like that's essentially the equivalent of nothing.
Well, you're getting a prospect who's struggled last year, but you're hoping that like you can tap into that upside. I mean, it's not a good return, but like it's definitely better than being petty and losing him for nothing. I understand wanting to be petty, but like you can't just like this is a business at the end of the day. You can't do that because you're literally like screwing over your team just because you want to be like, well, fuck you.
And
like he would have just ended up in LA next year anyways.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
I mean,
You're not really screwing him over.
Well, you might have gotten more just to get like the inside leverage on his just contract rights.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm all for
I don't
being
think
petty,
so.
but like I'm all for being
'Cause if
petty,
he-
but I don't think in this situation it makes sense. Like you have to get something.
Yeah, I don't think you get more for trading his rights either.
Well-
Because if he was this dead set on where he wanted to go, then like he would have just done the same thing in the summer. Be like, okay, sure, trade my rights here. I'm not signing with this team. Like any team that's going to trade for his rights will want to talk to him and his agent ahead of time, and they'll get a clear sense of like, all right, this guy's not signing with us. We're not trading for him.
But you could have created leverage by letting him go to open market and making the Kings a little bit scared by like somebody offering an outstanding offer. Like look at Nicholas Waugh. He's a perfect
If
example.
he
of that.
if he only wanted to sign in LA,
Well, that was the same thing we heard
LA
about.
wouldn't have gotten scared.
But
The thing is that the Kings suck. They're not doing anything this year anyways, right? So like they would have just
Well,
waited.
they're going to
and
make the
signed him this
playoffs. I
summer.
mean, we know that much. We know they're going to make the playoffs. That's as far as we know so far. And the Pacific Division sucks. So like maybe they actually do. I will agree, this is the worst Kings team in a few years. But like, it's also the worst the Pacific Division's been in a few years. The worst the Oilers have been. It's the worst. Like, I mean, I won't say Vegas yet, but
it just mind boggles me that like you don't, before all these stories came out, right? Like you knew the stories were there. These guys know about these stories before they come out. You know what the agent's thinking. You know what the player's thinking. You know all that. So like before these stories come out, and now you have no leverage at all. How you don't trade him before these things come out?
Yeah, I get that. I just still think maybe I wonder if they could have gotten like a little bit more at the free agency window when they open it up and allow him to talk to other teams. Anyways,
But what's more, like, because the Leafs got, I mean, like,
I guess the Leafs got
Nick Waugh is more?
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
Nick Waugh more than
Nick Waugh
and
would
Liam
definitely be more
Greentree
than
in
a
a pick?
third and fourth in a green tree. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm undervaluing Greentree's what? It's
Greentree's having a bad season, but he was like a really good prospect coming into this season.
late.
And there's an element potentially. There's like also the chance of like, hey, he doesn't feel like he should be in junior anymore, and that's why he's having a bit of a down year. Like we saw that with Cowan in his last year in junior. He tore up, multiple seasons for London, and then in his last year in junior, his point totals went down, his points per game went down, everything kind of went down. Kind of like I feel like you just get disinterested. So like there's
Fair.
still like, I mean, I'd rather have Liam Greentree than Nick Waugh if I'm the Rangers,
Okay,
who are like rebuilding and
that's fair. That's fair. Maybe I'm undervaluing Greentree. Just I see him D+2, like late first round pick, still in junior. To me, doesn't signal.
he's having a
like-
bad year this year.
Yeah.
He's having a bad year this year for sure.
But hey, he's got size. That's good. Maybe they can work with that. Anyways, bottom line, moral of the story. I think Alex is ahead on the head to head there. So that's the most important thing. Let's get into the games tonight. Sorry, so money. Just can't buy a win here. Can't buy a win here. Let's get into the games tonight. Let's start off with the Hurricanes taking on the Rangers. Hurricanes right now minus 215 on the money line. Rangers, total in this game, 6.5 minus 128 towards the under. Third and fourth round pick, I believe, just according to my sources, are not playing tonight, and neither is Liam Greentree. So Rangers sort of not a depleted lineup, but again, similar lineup they've been playing through over the last couple of weeks without Panarin, or a couple of days without Panarin. What's your opinion on this game, Alex? Because you are now leading in CLV on this head-to-head. Talk to me about this game.
I have no interest in betting this game. My appetite for the Rangers is just terribly, terribly low right now. And the Canes are rolling, and they're pretty deserving of this price tag, I'd say. I would need a bigger number to step in front of them, even with the Rangers, with Quick in net. I think the total's kind of fair. And I think the price is fair. And I will not be betting this game, unfortunately.
All right. Hands off, not betting this one. So money, we throw to you. You're going to get your hands a little dirty here betting on this game?
No, I'll have nothing here either. I
All
think that Alex touched on it. Rangers, you would think that they would continue having trouble generating offense, which they should. But that's priced in right now with the number that Carolina is demanding in the market for this game. And in terms of the total, I can't really go under here because as much as the Rangers have trouble generating, they're a mess defensively as well. So, and Carolina's the kind of team that we've like talked about them with their totals. If they feel like it, like breaking the 6 is not going to be any problem. But it's just a matter of I don't. There's too many question marks here with how this game should play out. So I'll be sitting this one out.
All right, you're sitting this one out. Let's move on to the next game. We have 6 games left. Only 7 games today. A little bit of lighter slate. I don't know why the NHL chose to juice up this entire week, then chose the
Only
last
7
day.
games until between now and February 25th.
Yeah,
it's actually really sad.
Yeah, I looked at my. I have like my little score bug on my phone for the next Leafs game. I saw February 25th. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do for that time? We'll figure something out.
Yep.
We'll just be betting NBA. It's all good. And doing Olympic stuff, of course.
And
No.
And college basketball.
And college basketball.
I don't.
So many sports.
I don't bet any. I don't bet any NBA or college basketball unless people send stuff to me. And I mean, I get stuff pretty regularly, but like it's not the same for me as hockey. Not even close.
Also,
maybe So Money's gonna have to start sending me stuff. So Money, we're gonna talk from the side. You're gonna keep me entertained for the next few weeks.
Sounds good, man.
I got a task for you guys in this little mid-season break. Can we get some like a little prop origination going? I know we mostly stick to sides and totals. It's because like I know that's your guys' bread and butter. Do we want any prop origination? Are you guys into that or not really?
We could. It's just like I think there is enough liquidity in the market, and I think that's like I started working on it as well. I think that it's good. It's just a matter of time for me.
Okay.
Right? Like it gets tougher allocating the time that I need for that.
Well, I hear Alex saying
especially now as baseball's starting, like it's like the timing of it is really tough.
Alex, yesterday you were saying you don't know what you're going to do for the next 3 weeks. You're like going to be so bored.
It's true, but I mean, I got to get ready for baseball at one point here. Like, once late February hits, we're all systems go on my 2 busiest sports of baseball and hockey. So,
all right, fair enough. Well, maybe we just stick to main markets throughout the rest of the year, just because if we do props, then you're gonna just not good for the account health is the best way for me to put it. Sticking with this stuff, at least you might last a little bit longer. Senators, Flyers, was shocked when not really shocked, but like kind of shocking to see. I was just looking through team save percentage. Ottawa has an .872 save percentage. Is that like one of the lowest at this point in the NHL in like history? They've been abhorrent in terms of their goaltending. Was it Jake Sanderson or Thomas Chabot? I forget who said something. Anyways, maybe he's right. Maybe he was right to call them out, call out his goaltending. Sanderson, yeah. Anyways, Ottawa right now -137 on the money line. Totals at 6, -114 towards the over. Wonder how much better the Senators teams would be if they had so many or someone competent in net. So someone will throw to you first. Anything you like in this game?
Yeah. So we've talked about Ottawa's goaltending, and the thing is that they're actually a good team, even like a second-tier kind of team if they get decent goaltending, right? And they just haven't been getting it this year for the most part. However, I do think that it is starting to come around. I think that the way that the goaltenders have played this year, it was bound to come up. Like it just those kind of numbers are just egregious. So based on the goaltending talent that they have on their roster and kind of what the goaltending baseline would be, so that is coming up for them. Philadelphia, nice little win last game. Doesn't mean much for me. That team's still a mess. There's still a lot happening in that dressing room that's becoming national now. It's not just the niche Philly fans anymore that are getting on Rick Tocchet. It's coming out pretty nationally, and like it's no surprise if you know Rick Tocchet. I mean, he's had one good year where everything fell into place, and beyond that, look at how he's done when he's not covering for Gretzky and other things allegedly. But I will bet Ottawa here. I like them up to -140. I think that based on where Philadelphia is and where Ottawa is, I think that this price is too short.
All right, 130's out there. You can bet it up to 140. It's -137 at FanDuel. So if you can't find a 130, you can click that 137 on FanDuel. Alex, are we hitting a double best bet? We had, I think, what was it, 3 double best bets yesterday. We're going to go for the first double best bet of the day and the second game of the day.
So a little back and forth in the market on this one. And I guess we'll have a little back and forth on the show on this one too. I do believe the Senators are a good team. And I still don't trust their goaltending. I think Vladar has been really good consistently. And I still think that while Philly seems on the surface to be a mess, and maybe, you know, some of the stuff coming out is not the most encouraging, I still think this is a well-coached team, and they're still playing competitive hockey every night. And to be this big of home dogs to the Sens right now, I don't think they should be. So I bet this at plus 120, and I think I would do the plus 115s. I look, I don't love it. I'm not going to sit here and say like the Flyers are good, and you know, but like I just think I think the Sens are just being valued at their absolute peak of what this team could be. And they definitely like have been playing closer to their peak lately, but I still want to, you know, consider the overall body of work as it moves the opposite way on FanDuel right now to plus 122.
There we go. You got a better price now.
Yeah, there we go. So there we go. So yeah, I just, it's a numbers thing. I don't love this Philly team, but I do think they're being valued like pretty much at the bottom of the barrel here. Like this is as little respect as they've been given for a while. And Sens are turning it on, so that's why they're getting the respect they're getting. But like, again, still a bit of a smaller sample, so I might be too slow to react here, or I might be doing well to not overreact. I don't know. We'll find out. Again, it's one game, so I don't think we'll have a definitive answer either way. But I do like the Flyers here, plus 115-ish or better. Yeah.
We're not going to we probably won't get an answer. We'll be like up in the air for, what is it, 3 weeks? Great. Gonna have to linger on that one. Philadelphia plus 122 for Alex. First head-to-head of the week, I think. I don't think we had one earlier in the week. Maybe.
No, I think we had a head-to-head in a Habs game, didn't we? Oh, no, that was last week.
On Monday.
Or
Yeah, it was
Sabres
last week, yeah.
It was mostly like team us, where we're going double best bets instead of head-to-heads. But now it's a little bit of conflict behind the scenes here, or in front of the scenes, whatever you want to call it. Also, Chosen Sports saying so money went first, so we're Team Ottawa. That's good stuff there. All right, let's move on to the next game.
Sure.
Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Buffalo Sabres minus 132 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus 110. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the over minus 126. Buffalo not wagon status yet, but like creeping their way towards that question mark. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting to them. Oh, Alex, you're shaking your head. You can tell me why you hate Buffalo then.
I don't hate them. I think they're still a little bit overvalued. Like I don't think this is anything close to some elite hockey team. They've been getting caved like pretty regularly over the last long time. Like even over this whole winning streak. Like they've never been like an elite metrics team or a very good metrics team. The results have never matched the performances they're putting out on the ice. Like I don't know. They beat Florida the other night, but they got absolutely ragdolled in that game. They got absolutely ragdolled by Tampa, even worse. The next night, I understand it was a back-to-back, and somehow got it to overtime, like somehow beat Florida. Like they're getting these results that they don't deserve. And at one point, they're going to get burned. It's going to catch up to them. I was close to betting Pittsburgh earlier on. They ended up taking some money, and I never was able to get involved. So I don't have a Pittsburgh ticket. And now Raquel has been hurt. He got hurt in the morning skate, and he's not playing tonight. So that just gets me even further away. Plus, his number's drifted. So I have nothing in here, but I'm not interested in the Sabres. I think that I still don't think this team is. I think they're a solid team, and like they should be in the playoffs. And like I'm happy to see them doing well. I think that arena is awesome when the team is doing well. And you know, like I think back to those like 2005 to 2007, 2008 kind of years where they were like going on those runs of like Pominville and Briere and Kodalik and all those like Vanek. Like, those are great teams. Like I love the Sabres during that. During that era, like they were awesome. Drew Stafford, like all these guys, Henrik Toledo, like they were a lot of fun. So I love seeing. I'm happy. I want to see that team back in the playoffs, but I don't think they're as good as we've seen so far.
Fair.
So I'm not there on them. But I'm not enough for me here to get on Pittsburgh, especially now with Raquel and I mean, to a much lesser extent, Blake Lizotte, who who's also not playing tonight because he's having a kid. But yeah.
Well, we'll have to remember that 3 weeks from now again for the new kid bump. Blake Lizotte, or maybe it just wears off after a week. Who knows?
It wears off.
It wears off. Okay.
Yeah, it wears off, and then you're just exhausted. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you get Then we have to fade him.
Blake Lizotte, we're going to be betting Blake Lizotte no goal at like minus 4,000 when we come out of the break.
Would you rather Blake Lizotte no goal or minus 4,000, or no onside kick recovery in the Super Bowl minus 20,000?
Oh, there's going to be an onside kick recovery. Very excited for that.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, so Money, anything you like in this game? Alex is saying this Buffalo team is not like the pre-slug Buffalo team, which is what I call them, the pre-slug team.
Yeah, I agree with Charles there. I think Alex sounds a lot like he's afraid of the Sabres in the first round. No, but like I agree. So I like Buffalo a lot. I probably like them more than Alex. But that said, I agree with everything Alex said as it pertains to this game. We talked about it last week that Buffalo is a type of team that I think is going to be very streaky. And they've shown that in their play, where their play has dipped now, right? This is a team that's not playing up to their level. And I mean, granted, they were playing well beyond what they should be playing like. They were at their ceiling for quite a stretch there, and that's just something that's not sustainable. And now we're seeing their play dip towards what their baseline should be. With that dip creates value. And I think that Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh's another team that took me by surprise. They've been amazing. I love everything that they're doing. But Buffalo's overvalued for tonight. At anything plus money, even with Raquel out, I think the Penguins are the play. I've bet the Penguins, and I like them down to anything plus money.
All right, Penguins are the play here, plus money. First so money, plus 110 on the Penguins. All right, next game. Next game, we got Washington and Nashville. Predators taking on the Capitals. Capitals minus 160 on the money line. Totals at 6.5, minus 110 both sides. So, Money, you get to lead the way on this one. Anything you like in this game?
Yeah, a little bit of a tough one here because in general, I do like the way that both teams are playing. Nashville, I put a little bit of an asterisk on them because it was St. Louis and the Islanders, and before that, they kind of struggled against teams that are either playing well or potentially on the rise going forward. So that kind of makes me shy away from Nashville a little bit, even though I do think that their price makes sense or did make sense earlier. They did take money earlier today. For Washington, a team that we talked about, I think that a team that is going to be on the rise took a step back against Philadelphia. But I like the way that the Capitals are going to be moving up the standings here. But I can't do anything here. So I will pass on this game.
All right, passing on this one, passing it off to Alex, Nashville, Washington. Anything you like?
No, I'm passing as well. I again, two teams, yeah, like somebody said, two teams I'm kind of high on. Like I like the way Nashville's been playing, but obviously a really tough spot for them here. I thought it did open up too high, and the Nashville money was fair. I didn't bet any of it, but I thought it was fair. And then got the surprise announcement that Pierre-Luc Dubois was going to return tonight, which was a big boost for the Caps. But again, just not quite enough there for me to bet the Caps. If we had Thompson and Dubois confirmed, but we don't know for sure yet about Logan Thompson. Carberry said he needs to check with the goalie coach and see what's up there. So not sure who's starting for the Caps. If it is Thompson, then there's a minus 155, some low minus 150s out there that I think are decent. Like I'd bet a little bit of that, but definitely would need Logan Thompson to be starting in order to get involved here. Otherwise, just gonna sit this one out too.
Discord play. I feel like I haven't said that in a couple days, but this might be a Discord play. All right, sitting this one out though for now. 3 games left. Do us a huge favor. You know the drill. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. Share it with a friend. Let them know. Say, hey, if you like sports, if you like betting on sports, you want to hear about some NBA talk, you want to hear about NHL talk, this is the place to be. Enjoy your lunch break with us over here on the Hammer Betting Network on the Hammer Daily. All right, Islanders, Devils. Devils right now minus 113 on the money line. Totals at 5.5. Juice towards the under minus 130. Totals come down like a lot. I don't know what that was. Maybe Alex, you can talk through us that. It was opened up 5.5 minus 114. It's come down at least on FanDuel to the 130. What's up with this total move? Anything you like in this game?
I mean, the total move is, I guess, down to the fact that the Devils just can't really score goals lately. This is so like. So the other night, I bet the Devils. Marchenko was out. I was like, all right, here we go. This is a great price. I'm in on the Devils. Give me some Devils. And we bet them and didn't think they played poorly, but they lost that game. They got shut out. Didn't play well. I mean, they haven't played well in a while. They haven't played bad. It's just, I don't know, man. This Devils team is, I said after Tuesday, long story short, the Devils are on my no bet list. And they dipped below minus 110 today, and now there's still some minus 110. I was like, I'm going to bet the Devils again. And I'm going to hate myself again, I'm sure. But, yeah, I bet the Devils minus 110 or better. I still don't believe in this Islanders team. I love some of their pieces. I love, like, their the way they kind of never quit and all that sort of stuff. But, like, it's not a good hockey team. They're not playing good hockey. They haven't for a long time. Their underlying numbers are so ugly. Like I don't know how they keep winning games, and now they're, pick them on the road against the Devils team that they're basically. I mean, the numbers say they're a little bit worse than. I don't know. I can't get behind the price. And it's so ugly because I really the Devils, the vibe seems so low, and they just cannot score goals, and it just like. Things seem to be falling apart there, and maybe I'm not quick enough to react to that, but I bet the Devils because I think it's just too cheap.
All right, you, me, little handshake meme. Not listening to a word you say because you wrote in your notes you don't want to bet the Devils, but you're not listening to that, and just like how you write me notes, and I don't listen to those either. So money. Anything you like here in this game?
So all my thoughts on the Devils are all speculative in the sense that. I think that they're better than they should be. I think that they'll turn it around. I think that they've got a higher baseline, but nothing that I think has been shown in the way that they've been playing. I keep thinking these things about them. They're just not coming true. And I don't want to bet on a Devils team at this number just based on what I think about where they should be, because sometimes it just doesn't work out. And for the Islanders, I think you asked a question about why their total has cratered here. I think that most of it has to do with the way that the Devils play their games. The Islanders, they can still be leaky defensively. So I don't think that there's a certain profile of teams that deserve a 5.5 in games, and a certain profile of teams that deserve a 7 in games. So like those two are I'm pretty strict about those. The Islanders, the Devils are a 5.5 team for sure. The Islanders are not. They still give up too much defensively, and I don't feel comfortable betting an under 5.5 on Isles game right now, especially with it being juiced like this. So I will pass on this game as well. The Devils have to show me something, but at some point I need to concede that I just may be wrong about them. They're not going to show me anything, and we just go our separate ways and move on. So that's what I feel about this game. There's really not much I can do.
Would you look towards like a team total in this game, maybe like for the Devils or the Islanders, whether it be like an Devils over or Islanders under? Or I think I have that mixed up in my head. But anything you look towards for that, you're shaking your head, so that means no.
No, that's not going to work out.
I bet the Devils tonight. And you couldn't pay me to bet a Devils team total over right now. That's just like not going to happen.
All right.
Not going to happen.
That's okay.
Give me a 1-0 win.
We'll move on to next game here. Panthers, Lightning, Battle of Florida. I hate these teams. Tampa Bay on the money line right now, minus 188. Totals at 6, juice towards the over, minus 115. Florida's going through some shit with all the injuries they've been having to deal with. But that's no excuse. They want to head into this Olympic break with maybe a win. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though, based on this price. So Money, I'll let you lead on this game. Anything you like here or another pass?
Yeah, Florida's another team that I mean, I expect more, but I mean they're just so banged up, right? It's
Mhm.
so it's just so hard to make up this ground, and like yes, it shouldn't be an excuse, but this is a team that's won the Eastern Conference 3 straight years, so like yeah, you do get that excuse, right? So they're just too banged up right now, and like in this game, Tampa Bay is not going to let up in a game against Florida, right?
Mhm.
So like that you're getting everything from like Tampa. If they can kick these guys when they're down, like they're just going to go for it. So that kind of messes up the total here for me as well, because I think that this game could get out of hand. If Florida's competitive, it could still sneak over. So nothing for me here. I know that Tampa Bay looks inflated based on the history of these teams, but we're just guessing in terms of if Florida can like hang on here, and I just don't know if they can with all their injuries right now.
All right. Passing. Florida, not the team that we remember. Let's move on. Pass it to Alex here. Anything you like in this game?
I did bet the under. I think under 6 minus 105s are still there. There's a little bit cheaper as well if you shop around, but under 6 minus 105 at FanDuel, I think that's okay. I mean, Panthers games are kind of flying over again, but like they're not like they've been so low events, just like some unsustainable power play work and shorthanded goals and all this stuff, like a lot of like special teams goals. I think a lot of that is just noise. Their 5-on-5 play has been almost at a standstill, and they've got the defensive side really figured out, and Tampa's been playing really good defensive hockey for a while now. Offensively, I think they're struggling a little bit to generate just with all the injuries they have and kind of all the moving parts and lack of consistency in their lines. Like it's basically been like Kucherov go out there and do something, which is, I mean, scary because he can go out there and do something. He's playing like a 170-point pace over the last month or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think both these teams right now, their strength is on the defensive side of things, and the way they're playing at 5-on-5 is indicative of an under. Getting Vasilevsky, I like the way Tarasov's been playing, and small, like not that this really factors in, but like obviously like very important game for the Panthers here, but like a lot of these guys heading out to Milan very soon. Like a lot of guys on both teams need to head out. I think there's going to be an element of, I know they're rivals, and I know it's a big game, especially for Florida, but like, I do think there's an element of like, hey, let's not like, especially a lot of guys playing on the same team in Milan, an element of like, let's not hurt each other here. Like, let's get there. Like, this is a big thing. Like, first Olympics for all of these guys, obviously, because NHL players haven't been there in a while. It's pretty like exciting for them. I don't know that we're going to see the same like bad blood and a million power play opportunities because they're scrums after every whistle, all that sort of stuff. I think there's a little bit more respect we see here tonight. So maybe like a slight hidden sort of edge as well to factor in for this under.
All right. Looking at the under here, 6 minus 105. Hidden edges from Mr. Alex Moretto himself.
Not hidden anymore.
Not hidden anymore. Hidden edges, heated rivalries, hidden rivalries, whatever you want to call it. You excited for season 2?
Of
Heated rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Very excited. Very excited for the actors who were suddenly like torchbearers at the Olympics. I don't know how that makes sense. They're not even athletes.
That is crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Going to be torchbearers at the Olympics. So Mark Carney's excited. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, Mark Carney.
Anyways,
known Carney guy.
Canceled in our last show here before the
Careful.
break.
All right, let's move on to the last game then here. Your Kings is do we know if Artemi Panarin's playing tonight, or do we know about that? I don't know. Against the Golden Knights, minus 137 on the money line for the Golden Knights, currently favorites on FanDuel. Totals at 6, minus 120 towards the under. Alex, are we clicking the Knights? Plus 114 at FanDuel, very good price versus the rest of the market, which is around plus 110. Do we like the Kings here?
I don't like anything in this game. I haven't bet anything. Maybe I end up forcing something at one point later on to try and get a play on the last game before the break. But yeah, I just don't really have anything here that I'm into. Kind of like looked a little bit at an under, but just not quite getting the price that I'd want given the uncertainty in net for this Vegas team. So I'm going to just stay away from this game altogether. Go Kings! Hopefully they can end the first 3 quarters of the season or whatever it is on a high here and really give me a nice leg up in this head-to-head.
All right, go Kings. Go Kings. But nothing really here. So money, anything here, or are we done for the day?
So it would be very easy for me to just come out and say Kings still suck, as Charles mentioned, which he would be correct. They do. However, there's more to it. I like the way that Vegas, they haven't gotten the results. I mean, of course, unless if they're playing the Canucks, which, I mean, doesn't say much, but they haven't gotten the results, but they still have been playing better. Their play is improving a bit. And I think that continues. I think that we're just we're too short on Vegas here. I actually had them at minus 142. So we're good at this number right now. Kings, they still get respect in the market. They should. I mean, one day we'll all sit back and look back at this time and realize that how much they actually did suck.
All right. So I have to ask: do the Kings really suck, or is this just like PTSD for the amount of times you've like bet on them to win the cup, to win series, all that sort of stuff, and you're just so fed up with them? You see that logo, you're just like, ugh.
They don't suck as bad as I say they do. I think that they're a fringe playoff team.
Okay.
I don't think they're a top 3 team even in that division, which is just crazy to think.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they suck as bad as I say they suck.
All right. Okay.
But they do suck though.
I think it's the PTSD that's seeping in. It's okay. All right. Let's run through the rest of not the rest of the game. Sorry, the bets that we made so far. Ryan Hall in the chat is asking, would under 6 minus 110 work? Alex on the Florida Tampa Bay under.
I know. I see the minus 110.
I mean, it's 0.5 at FanDuel. Go. If you don't have a FanDuel account, what are you doing?
No. Not. He's asking. I think he's asking about the Vegas game.
Okay. Sorry.
There's a 6 minus 110 in Vegas, LA.
My bad.
I mean, I like a small play. I haven't clicked. I've looked at it. I've seen it. I haven't bet it though. So I don't know. I don't dislike it. I mean, I think it's decent.
My bad there, Ryan Hall. Apologies. Anyways, let's run through all the plays for today. So money. And Alex, we have a head-to-head here. So money, you're taking Ottawa minus 137. Alex, you're taking Philadelphia at plus 122. So money, you also have Pittsburgh plus 110 on the money line and the Golden Knights at minus 130 on the money line. Alex, like I mentioned, Philadelphia Flyers plus 122 on that head-to-head. Devils minus 110. And then finally Florida and Tampa under 6 minus 105 is what we're looking at here. Any final thoughts? Are you guys going to join us tomorrow? Are we going to do some Olympic talk tomorrow, or we're canning it? No edge work this week.
No, we're doing some Super Bowl talk tomorrow. Super Bowl talk and some tips will come on for some NBA deadline / props. But we got Anthony DeBundo, who unfortunately had an emergency during our Super Bowl show yesterday, so he's going to circle back and give out his prop play tomorrow, and as well as some other stuff. And Jack Miller will be on. He was on yesterday, but he gave out one play, but I think he has a whole luggage full of plays that he's ready to give out tomorrow. So exciting stuff there. Next week we got an Olympic preview planned on Tuesday.
Perfect.
Don Lucian, who's been I've been talking to, he's done a ton of work prepping for the Olympics, women's and men's hockey. He's going to come on and break that stuff down. I do have a future though.
Yeah, lay it on us.
All right, Stanley Cup future.
Oh, ew. Okay.
At FanDuel.
Okay.
see that?
Oh, of course.
You can take him off the screen. It's okay. It's okay. You can take this. We're not doing this.
45-1. 45-1 at FanDuel.
It's yeah.
That's the future.
45 to
Go
1.
bet it.
You can bet $100 to lose $100. Congratulations if you do that. I was gonna say I have a hopefully this doesn't move, but I have a team leading goal scorer, Team USA leading goal scorer. Why is Tage Thompson 9-1 to lead USA in goal scoring? That's wrong.
The one thing I'll say about that is I do want to see
Power play
lines,
deployment?
because
Okay.
like they didn't even take him last year. Like maybe they put him on like line 4 because he's a big body, and like I don't know like how much is. I agree that he should be playing top 6 and he should be like much, shorter. But
Yeah.
like if he's playing line 4 and he's not going to be used that much, then and he's not on the power play, then like he shouldn't be.
Fair.
So I think you got to kind of wait a little bit for some of that.
Fair. All right. You know what? That's fair. I think he should play more. I think he's playing better than Austin Matthews right now. I would have him higher in the lineup than Austin Matthews.
He's their best center.
Yeah. Like, no, Eichel.
I don't know,
All
man.
right, fair.
Tage is
Tage is great.
Tage has
Listen,
been,
I love Tage.
elite.
He has been elite for
a
a
while
long
now.
That's why we love the Sabres. Sneaky, one of the best goal scorers in the league. I feel like no one likes to put him in that category. But anyways, wraps things up for today. We've been going super long, so I'll let you guys get out of here. Go watch the you guys, if you haven't already, go watch the Prop Extravaganza. If you have, then enjoy the rest of your day. So Money and Alex, appreciate you guys coming on.
Just
See you
make sure
guys.
you stop watching the Prop Extravaganza with like 15 minutes to go.
Why?
If you're watching it for the first time, just about 15 minutes to go. Just stop it right when the screen turns like fuzzy. Just stop it. That's all.
That
Or
was
my
funny
advice.
though. I did enjoy that because it did surprise me. So like I wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah, Alex is a little pissed about that, and Robert, like, whatever. Alex and Robert probably not gonna like release too much, but they weren't. I know you guys weren't too happy about that, so that's why Alex is telling them to stop. Next time we'll let you know, maybe. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining the show. We'll chat soon.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Awesome stuff there. Alex is still pissed at me. Whatever. What are you gonna do? You can tell. You can just tell. You can hear his voice. Anyways, before you head out here, do us a favor, smash the like button. Goes a long way on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. And because we made it this far in the video, and let's say you're watching this after the fact. Let's say you're watching this without the live chat. Drop a little driftwood in the comments. I want to see driftwood. The word driftwood. Just people be like, what the fuck are these people talking about? This is the sign to tell me that you watched the entire video. So maybe just drop a driftwood in the comment section down below. Make sure you head over to the Circles Off YouTube channel. Watch the Life of a Capper video. Make sure you head over to the Prop Extravaganza video. Watch that as well. And that's it. That wraps up the show for today. Shout out to Mr. Peanutbettor. Shout out to Kirk Evans. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to So Money. By the way, I did double check with Kirk. I asked him, hey, did you give us winners today? He said, of course. So we'll see if he did. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in for the show. This has been the Thursday, February 5th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends at FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.